Preface. For as long as humanity has gazed up at the stars or pondered the flickering shadows at the edges of the firelight, we have been irresistibly drawn to the unknown. It is in our nature to question, to search for meaning, and to push against the boundaries of what we know and what we cannot yet explain. This book is a journey into those mysteries. It is a convergence of science, spirituality, and the paranormal, inspired by conversations that probe the very fabric of reality. We will not simply ask what ghosts are, or whether higher dimensions exist. We will challenge the very foundations of what we call normal. What if the extraordinary is hidden in plain sight? What if the rising sun, the growth of a tree, or the spark of consciousness itself is no less paranormal than the apparitions glimpsed in the dead of night? What if the universe, with all its intricate dimensions and unfathomable complexities, is not merely a vast expanse of space and matter, but something profoundly strange, where the ordinary and the extraordinary intertwine? This book invites you to shift your perspective and challenge your perceptions, to question the assumptions that frame your understanding of existence, and to explore the vast potential of the unknown. From the science of dimensions to the mysteries of the afterlife, from the edges of human perception to the possibilities of spiritual connection, this is not a quest for definitive answers. Rather, it is an invitation to embrace the questions that ignite our curiosity and push the boundaries of our understanding. As you listen, consider this. The universe owes us no explanations and is not obligated to conform to our understandings. Its vastness, its mysteries, and its awe-inspiring complexity are not confined to what we can comprehend. The greatest wonder lies not in resolving its enigmas, but in daring to explore them. This book serves as your guide to the extraordinary nature of existence, a place where science and wonder meet, where the paranormal becomes the new normal, and where every step into the unknown brings us closer to understanding the miraculous. Welcome to the journey. May it inspire your curiosity, expand your perspective, and awaken your sense of awe. Chapter 1. I am a demon. Many people likely see me as just a tech-savvy computer space nerd, a creator of apps and gadgets who spends countless hours looking through his telescopes, sitting in front of screens writing code, and pushing the limits of what technology can do in the paranormal realm. To them, I might seem like someone whose life has always been dominated by programming languages, algorithms, and the latest technological trends, but the truth is far more complex. My story has its roots in a very different world, one shaped by dark and deep religious influences that cast long shadows over my childhood. My mother was deeply religious, and her faith dictated every aspect of our lives. We prayed before every meal, attended church every Sunday without fail, and she even ran the Sunday school, teaching other children the same beliefs that she so passionately instilled in me. Her devotion was absolute, and she saw it as her mission to guide me along the righteous path. To her, religion was not just a part of life, it was life. I grew up in an environment where questioning faith was unthinkable, and doubting the teachings of the church was akin to doubting the very essence of existence. Around the age of 13, I began to question. What I was learning in school, science, evolution, and the workings of the universe, didn't align with the rigid doctrines I was being taught at home and in church. When I approached my mother about these contradictions, her world seemed to crumble. To her, my curiosity wasn't an innocent search for understanding. It was rebellion, a sign of something far darker. From that moment on, I wasn't just a questioning child. I became the enemy. In her eyes, I was a demon, the spawn of Satan himself. She believed that my defiance was a punishment from God, that her suffering as a mother was divine retribution for some failing in her faith. It's ironic, then, that I channeled those early experiences into a career that uses cutting-edge technology to explore the same unseen forces I was taught to fear. In a way, my childhood shaped who I am today, but not in the way anyone might expect. I didn't reject those experiences. I transformed them. The research I conduct and the apps and devices I create are, in many ways, my way of reconciling the mysteries of my past with the tools and knowledge of the modern world. They are my attempt to bridge the gap between the spiritual and the technological, to uncover truths hidden in the shadows of both. While people see the polished surface of my tech creations, they may never know the darker, more complex story that brought me here. That journey has led me to spend thousands of hours investigating the paranormal, walking through medieval ruins and forgotten churchyards in search of the unknown. There is something profoundly humbling about standing in the remains of a once grand abbey or treading softly in an ancient graveyard as the moonlight filters through skeletal trees. These are the places where the veil between the ordinary and the extraordinary feels paper-thin. Here, I test the apps and devices I've designed and built to interact with energies we can't fully understand. Each piece of equipment is a step closer to unraveling the mysteries of life, death, and everything in between. To me, pretty much everything is paranormal. The very idea that this life is considered normal by most is bewildering. Every moment of existence, every intricate mechanism of the natural world, feels like a brush with something far greater than we can fully comprehend. It is this sense of wonder, rooted in both the spiritual and the scientific, that drives me to keep exploring. Whether I'm developing technology, hunting for apparitions, or simply staring up at the stars, I am constantly reminded that the boundaries between normal and paranormal are far thinner than they seem. Chapter 2. What does paranormal mean? The term paranormal refers to events, phenomena, or experiences that lie outside the realm of scientific explanation or normal human understanding. These occurrences are typically characterized by their mysterious, unexplained, or supernatural nature, and they often defy the known laws of physics, biology, or other sciences. Key aspects of paranormal. Beyond normal experience, paranormal phenomena go beyond what is typically experienced in everyday life. Associated with the supernatural, the term is often linked to supernatural concepts, such as ghosts, spirits, or otherworldly entities, though it can also encompass natural phenomena that remain unexplained. Unverified by science. Paranormal events are usually not supported by empirical evidence or widely accepted scientific theories, which often leads to skepticism from the scientific community. Examples of paranormal phenomena: ghost sightings or hauntings, unexplained noises, voices or apparitions, psychic abilities like telepathy or clairvoyance, UFOs, and extraterrestrial encounters. Cryptids, for example, Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Anomalies in nature that seem extraordinary, for example, spontaneous healing or bizarre coincidences. In a broader sense, paranormal can also refer to anything that challenges the conventional understanding of reality, whether it's the eerie, the awe-inspiring, or the inexplicable. It evokes curiosity, wonder, and a sense of connection to mysteries larger than ourselves. Chapter 3. Paranormal and the Unknown. The paranormal represents the vast and mysterious unknown that exists just beyond the reach of conventional understanding. It is the realm that lies at the edge of human perception, where reality blends with the inexplicable and the extraordinary. For centuries, the paranormal has fascinated humanity, from ghostly apparitions to cryptids, from supernatural powers to unexplained phenomena. But what exactly is the paranormal, and why does it continue to intrigue us? Defining the paranormal. At its core, the term paranormal refers to phenomena or experiences that cannot be easily explained by the laws of nature or the current understanding of science. These events are often seen as outside the realm of the normal, which is defined by our understanding of the physical world. The paranormal includes a wide range of experiences such as ghost sightings, psychic abilities, cryptid sightings, UFO encounters, and poltergeist activity. While science deals with the known, the paranormal exists in the realm of the unknown, pushing the boundaries of what we can perceive, explain, or measure. For many, the paranormal represents something more than mere superstition. It is a window into a hidden world, where the rules of nature may not apply, or where different dimensions of existence overlap with our own. The fascination with the unknown. Humans are innately curious creatures, constantly seeking answers to the mysteries of life. This curiosity drives us to explore the world around us, question our existence, and try to make sense of the inexplicable. The unknown has always been a source of fascination and fear, often invoking wonder and terror in equal measure. The paranormal speaks to our desire to understand the invisible forces that shape our lives and the world around us. From ancient cultures to modern-day paranormal investigators, people have sought to connect with, understand, or even control these mysterious forces. For some, the paranormal represents a spiritual realm that transcends the physical world, offering glimpses of an afterlife or connecting individuals with the unknown beyond. For others, it is a field of inquiry, filled with anomalies that defy the explanation of science, waiting for the right breakthrough or discovery. This fascination is further fueled by personal experiences, encounters with ghosts, unexplainable phenomena, and the belief in things unseen that challenge the very foundation of our understanding of the world. Whether we experience it firsthand or hear stories from others, the paranormal touches us in ways that the ordinary cannot. The blurring of reality and the paranormal. One of the most compelling aspects of the paranormal is the way it blurs the line between what is considered real and what is imagined. Our perceptions of reality are shaped by our senses, cognition, and knowledge. Yet the paranormal pushes against these boundaries, suggesting that reality may be more fluid and complex than we realize. In some cases, people may experience a paranormal event that feels incredibly real, yet cannot be corroborated by others or explained by science. These experiences raise questions about the nature of reality itself. What is truly real, and how do we define normal? When we encounter the paranormal, we are forced to confront the limitations of our understanding and the potential for forces beyond our comprehension to influence our world. The paranormal also challenges the boundaries of time, space, and the physical universe. Ghosts, for example, are thought to exist outside the limitations of time, appearing in places and moments where they do not belong in a conventional sense. UFO sightings challenge our understanding of space, suggesting that we may not be alone in the universe, and that other forms of intelligent life may exist in ways that are completely foreign to us. The paranormal invites us to question our assumptions and expand our view of what is possible. The intersection of science and the paranormal. Though the paranormal is often seen as incompatible with science, the two realms are not as distinct as they may first appear. In fact, many areas of scientific inquiry have ventured into the territory of the paranormal, attempting to explain strange phenomena through a scientific lens. For example, the study of consciousness, quantum physics, and dark matter are all fields that grapple with concepts of existence that are not yet fully understood. While many scientists dismiss paranormal phenomena as mere superstition or coincidence, others believe that science has yet to uncover the mechanisms that might explain these occurrences. Some propose that paranormal experiences could be tied to yet undiscovered forces or dimensions of reality. The study of anomalous events, such as near-death experiences or psychic phenomena, offers an opportunity for science to expand its boundaries and perhaps find new ways of understanding consciousness, energy, and the universe. Paranormal investigators, in turn, have employed various scientific tools to document and analyze these phenomena. Devices like EMF detectors, EVP recorders, infrared cameras, and thermal sensors are commonly used to measure environmental variables and capture potential evidence of paranormal activity. While these tools may not always provide definitive proof, they reflect an attempt to bring scientific rigor to a field that is often dismissed. The paranormal as a mirror to the human condition. The ongoing allure of the paranormal speaks to a deeper need within humanity, the need to understand the unknown, to confront mortality, and to connect with forces greater than ourselves. The paranormal offers a reflection of our hopes, fears, and desires, serving as a metaphor for our struggles with life's most profound questions. What happens after death? Is there life beyond our planet? Are we truly alone in the universe? In this way, the paranormal serves as a mirror to the human condition, reflecting both our greatest questions and our deepest fears. It challenges our understanding of life and death, forcing us to confront our place in the cosmos and our limitations as human beings. Whether we view it as a search for truth or a spiritual exploration, the paranormal reminds us that there is much about the world and ourselves that we have yet to understand. Chapter 4. Paranormal versus Extraordinary. The terms paranormal and extraordinary often overlap in casual use, but they have distinct meanings and implications, especially when discussing phenomena or experiences. Let's explore their differences and connections. Paranormal. Definition. Refers to events or phenomena that lie outside the realm of normal scientific understanding or explanation. Paranormal often implies a connection to the supernatural, metaphysical, or unexplained. Examples: ghosts, spirits, and hauntings. Telepathy, clairvoyance, and ESP. UFO sightings and alien encounters. Cryptids like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Implications. Carries a strong connotation of mystery, otherworldliness, and sometimes fear. Often challenges the boundaries of science and skepticism. Suggests phenomena that may operate outside natural laws as we understand them. Extraordinary. Definition. Refers to something that is remarkable, exceptional, or beyond ordinary experience, but it doesn't necessarily imply supernatural or paranormal elements. Examples: human feats of strength or intelligence. Rare natural phenomena, like auroras or volcanic lightning. Discoveries like new species or ancient artifacts. A miraculous survival story. Implications. Suggests awe or admiration for something uncommon or outstanding. Can be explained by natural laws, even if it feels improbable or rare. Highlights the remarkable within the framework of normal existence. Key differences. 1. Supernatural versus natural. Paranormal often implies that the phenomenon might exist outside the natural world or known science. Extraordinary refers to something unusual, but generally within the scope of the natural world. 2. Connotations. Paranormal has a mysterious, often eerie or mystical connotation. Extraordinary feels more grounded, often evoking admiration or amazement. 3. Explained versus unexplained. Extraordinary events may be rare or unlikely, but can usually be understood with enough investigation. Paranormal phenomena are often resistant to conventional explanations. How they overlap. Some things can be extraordinary and paranormal at the same time, depending on the perspective. For example, a miraculous recovery from an illness could be extraordinary in a medical sense or seen as paranormal if attributed to divine intervention or supernatural healing. A UFO sighting is extraordinary because it's rare and unusual, but it becomes paranormal if it's believed to involve extraterrestrial life beyond known science. In essence, extraordinary highlights the rare and remarkable within the understood world, while paranormal ventures into the mysterious and unexplained, often inviting us to question what we think we know about reality. Chapter 5. What is normal? I think most people accept things like life, trees, the sun, and even their own existence as normal because they've been born into a societal and cultural construct that frames them that way. From the moment we're conscious, we're surrounded by explanations and labels that tell us what is ordinary and expected. This conditioning often dulls our sense of wonder and prevents us from seeing the world for what it truly is, an extraordinary, improbable, and deeply mysterious place. Most people live within mental bubbles, created by routine, social norms, and the way we're taught to interpret the world. Education, while valuable, often emphasizes what is already known and established, reinforcing the notion that things like the sun or the processes of life are mundane simply because they are familiar. When someone grows up being told, "This is just how it is," they stop questioning it. The mystery, awe, and improbability of existence get buried under layers of normalcy. But when you step back and question the construct, it becomes clear that nothing about the universe is truly normal. The fact that we exist at all, on a tiny planet in the vastness of space, reliant on a star 147.32 million kilometers away, is mind-blowing. The intricate systems of life, photosynthesis in trees, the circulation of water, even our own ability to think and feel, aren't inherently normal. They're extraordinary, and they defy simple explanations. They only seem normal because we've normalized them in our minds. I think people often dismiss these incredible phenomena as normal because of societal conditioning, but when you take the time to look deeper and question the narrative, you realize how much we take for granted and how truly extraordinary or even paranormal everything around us really is. Chapter 6. Perception of Things. From one perspective, life, trees, and the sun are deeply normal. They are fundamental parts of our existence and nature, and they operate according to principles that science has worked hard to understand. But from another, more philosophical or metaphysical perspective, these things could absolutely be seen as paranormal in the sense that they are awe-inspiring, mysterious, and far from fully understood. For example, the sun might seem like a basic source of light to most. It rises in the morning, sets in the evening, and gives us daylight. But when you actually stop and think about it, an extremely massive ball of gas, a nuclear reactor burning at an immense heat, moving in the vacuum of space, sustaining life on Earth. A rock mainly covered in water, moving at thousands of miles an hour around this burning star. It's incredibly profound and strange. Its size, power, and existence, floating in nothingness, can feel paranormal because it is an extraordinary phenomenon beyond full human comprehension. In a sense, it's almost like a cosmic miracle that we just accept as normal, but its reality is far more incredible than we often give it credit for. Similarly, the life of a tree may seem ordinary, but consider the process of photosynthesis, one of the most fascinating processes in nature, bridging the gap between the quantum and biological worlds. Within the chloroplasts of plant cells, solar photons are absorbed by chlorophyll molecules, initiating the light-dependent reactions. Upon absorption, the energy of a photon transforms into an excited state, creating a quasi-particle known as an exciton. What's remarkable is that this energy doesn't move randomly. It propagates in a wave-like manner, exploring all possible pathways simultaneously, a phenomenon consistent with quantum mechanics. This 3D wave-like movement allows the exciton to find the most efficient route to the reaction center, where it transfers its energy to fill an electron hole before it runs out of energy. This transfer fuels the splitting of water molecules, generating oxygen and providing electrons for the synthesis of energy-rich molecules like ATP and NADPH. Although photosynthesis can be explained by science, the fact that a solar photon can turn itself into a 3D wave in order to find an electron hole completely blows my mind and, in my opinion, is anything but normal. Life itself is a mystery. We understand some of its mechanics, but the origin of life, how consciousness works, and why we experience existence the way we do. All of these questions touch on the paranormal realm of uncertainty and wonder. The fact that we exist and are able to think, perceive, and experience could be seen as a phenomenon beyond the ordinary, making everything from a tree to the sun to human life itself something much deeper and more mysterious than just normal. So in that sense, yes, life, trees, and the sun can feel more paranormal than normal, because they remind us that the universe is full of mysteries of which we can barely scratch the surface. Chapter 7. The Role of Perception in Understanding Reality. Our perception of reality is shaped by the experiences, beliefs, and societal norms we absorb throughout our lives. But what if the normal world we accept is merely a thin veneer over something far more extraordinary? By challenging and expanding our perception, we can begin to uncover the deeper mysteries of existence. Breaking out of the bubble. Most people live within a comfortable mental bubble, shaped by routines, assumptions, and what they've been taught to believe. This bubble creates a filter through which we see the world, making it difficult to recognize the extraordinary in the everyday. Breaking out of this bubble requires intentional effort. It starts with acknowledging that there's far more to reality than what we consciously perceive. Mindfulness practices to expand awareness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment with curiosity and openness. By becoming fully present, we can begin to notice the subtleties of the world around us and uncover layers of reality that usually go unnoticed. 1. Observation exercise. Sit quietly in a natural setting, like a park or forest. Focus on one element, a tree, a stream, or even the air. Observe it deeply. How does it move? What sounds does it make? What textures, colors, or patterns can you see? Reflect on the processes at work. For example, consider how the tree absorbs light and water, or how the stream flows due to gravity. 2. Engaging the senses. Spend time focusing on each of your senses individually. What sounds can you hear that you usually ignore? What scents or textures do you notice? This heightened awareness can reveal details that feel almost otherworldly. Rethinking normality. Another way to expand awareness is to question what we take for granted as normal. Why does the sun rise and set, and why do we consider this ordinary? How does life arise from non-living matter, and why don't we see it as miraculous? Reflecting on these questions can lead to a deeper appreciation of the world's mysteries. Consider keeping a journal where you jot down thoughts or moments when something ordinary strikes you as extraordinary. Over time, this practice can reshape your perspective. Connecting to nature. Nature is a doorway to expanded awareness. Spending time outdoors and observing the interconnectedness of life can evoke a sense of wonder and awe. Consider these activities. Stargazing. Look at the night sky and reflect on the vastness of the universe. Every star represents a distant sun, potentially with its own planets and forms of life. Walking barefoot. Feel the earth beneath your feet and contemplate the energy exchange happening between you and the ground. Meditating in silence. Choose a natural setting and sit in silence. Pay attention to the subtle sounds and movements around you, seeing the paranormal in the everyday. When we approach the world with expanded awareness, what once seemed mundane begins to appear paranormal. A blade of grass becomes a marvel of cellular complexity. The human hand, capable of creating art, technology, and relationships, feels like a profound anomaly in the natural world. Even the concept of time, linear and constant, might be questioned when we realize how perception warps it. For example, time flies when you're having fun. Expanding awareness doesn't just change how we see the world, it opens us to the possibility of interacting with it in new and unexpected ways. For those exploring paranormal phenomena, this shift in perspective may reveal evidence of dimensions, energies, or entities that might otherwise go unnoticed. By breaking out of our mental bubbles, practicing mindfulness, and connecting deeply with the world around us, we begin to see reality not just as normal, but as profoundly extraordinary. This journey of expanded awareness is both a scientific and spiritual quest, one that invites us to explore the mysteries that surround us. Chapter 8. Is the universe normal? The universe is profoundly paranormal in the sense that it's full of mysteries, improbabilities, and phenomena that defy easy explanation. And yes, it's often said that we know more about space than we do about our own oceans, but that statement is nuanced. What we know about the oceans versus space. Oceans. Over 70% of Earth's surface is covered by oceans, but more than 80% of the ocean floor remains unexplored. We've mapped large sections of it using sonar and satellites, but these methods lack detail, and much of the deep sea is still a mystery. The deep ocean is home to ecosystems and species we've only just begun to discover. Some regions are so inaccessible that they rival the difficulty of exploring distant planets. Anomalies. The ocean is home to mysterious sounds, such as the bloop, a low-frequency noise detected in 1997. While some attribute it to icebergs or marine life, its precise origin remains unknown. Also, structures such as the Baltic Sea anomaly, a peculiar formation resembling a crashed spaceship, fuel speculation about underwater mysteries and ancient civilizations. Space. While space is vastly larger and more challenging to physically explore, our observational tools, like telescopes, satellites, and space probes, allow us to gather a wealth of data. We've mapped large portions of the observable universe, studied distant stars and galaxies, and even identified thousands of exoplanets. However, what we know about space is surface level. We understand only a fraction of its true nature. Concepts like dark matter and dark energy, which make up about 95% of the universe, remain theoretical, and the question of whether life exists elsewhere is still unanswered. The paradox of knowing so little. The statement, "We know more about space than our oceans," reflects the idea that technology and science have allowed us to peer into the vastness of space, yet we've neglected the alien world right here on Earth. At the same time, space itself is barely understood. We've mapped only the observable universe, a tiny fraction of the whole. Much of space, like our oceans, remains mysterious. Paranormality of it all. The universe, whether in the depths of the ocean, the infinite reaches of space, or even within our own minds, is full of things we can't fully explain. Both the ocean and space are reminders of how small and limited human knowledge really is. The fact that these vast domains remain largely unexplored and teeming with unknowns makes them feel inherently paranormal. It's fascinating that humanity seeks to understand the cosmos while having only a partial grasp of its own planet. That paradox alone makes everything, from the stars in the sky to the creatures in the deep, feel like a cosmic mystery waiting to be unraveled. The universe as a paranormal phenomenon. When we go about our daily lives, we take the existence of the universe for granted. Yet, when examined with curiosity and awe, the very fabric of reality, the stars, planets, life itself, reveals an extraordinary, almost paranormal nature. This chapter explores the universe as a grand mystery, filled with phenomena that challenge our understanding and spark a profound sense of wonder. Life. How does inanimate matter assemble into living, conscious beings? The cosmos. How can something as vast as the universe arise from nothing? The unknown. Why do we exist, and what is the ultimate purpose of reality? These questions, though often explored through science, remain unanswered, and in their mystery lies their paranormal quality. The universe as a mystery. 1. The origin of the universe. The Big Bang Theory suggests that the universe began as a singularity, an infinitely dense point that expanded to create space, time, and matter. Yet, the cause of the Big Bang remains unknown. What existed before the Big Bang? Some theorists propose multiverses or higher dimensional realities, while others invoke the concept of a divine creator. Either way, the very act of creation defies comprehension. 2. The fine-tuning problem. The laws of physics are finely tuned to allow the existence of life. If the gravitational constant or the charge of the electron were slightly different, the universe as we know it wouldn't exist. Is this fine-tuning evidence of a greater intelligence, or is it simply the result of infinite cosmic trials in a multiverse? The lack of a definitive answer underscores the universe's enigmatic nature. 3. Dark matter and dark energy. Roughly 95% of the universe is made up of dark matter and dark energy, substances that we cannot see, touch, or directly measure. These mysterious phenomena shape the universe, yet their nature is unknown. Their elusiveness adds an eerie, paranormal quality to the cosmos. 4. Black holes. These cosmic giants bend space and time, swallowing everything, including light, that crosses their event horizon. What happens inside a black hole? Does it connect to another dimension or universe? 5. Alien life. The sheer number of planets in the universe makes the existence of extraterrestrial life statistically probable. Yet, the absence of definitive evidence, a Fermi paradox, raises profound questions about our place in the cosmos. 6. Time dilation. Einstein's theory of relativity reveals that time is not absolute. Gravity and velocity can warp time, creating scenarios where time passes differently for two observers. This phenomenon, though scientifically proven, feels almost supernatural. Reframing the universe as paranormal. When we step back and view the universe through a lens of curiosity and wonder, even the most normal phenomena take on a paranormal quality. Perspective shift. What seems ordinary may only appear so because we're conditioned to accept it as such. A child, experiencing the world for the first time, sees wonder in everything, a perspective we lose as we grow accustomed to life's mysteries. Exploration and discovery. The universe invites us to explore, to question, and to marvel at the unknown. Whether through science, spirituality, or a blend of both, every discovery deepens the mystery rather than resolves it. The universe is a paradox, familiar yet alien, explainable yet unfathomable. By embracing its paranormal nature, we open ourselves to new ways of thinking, understanding and connecting with the vast, mysterious reality we inhabit. Chapter 10. Beyond the 3D world we know. When we think about dimensions, we often limit ourselves to the three spatial ones we experience daily: length, width, and depth. However, the universe is far more complex, with theoretical physics, mathematics, and even metaphysical discussions proposing the existence of many more dimensions. This chapter explores what dimensions are, why higher dimensions matter, and how they might manifest in our reality. Understanding dimensions. 1D, one dimension. A single line, defined only by length. Think of it as the simplest form of measurement, a straight path between 2 points. 2D, 2 dimensions. A plane with length and width, for example, a flat sheet of paper or a computer screen. 3D, 3 dimensions. The world we live in, encompassing length, width, and depth, or height. While these 3 dimensions define our observable universe, theories suggest that reality extends far beyond them. The 4th dimension and beyond. 4D, 4th dimension. In physics, the 4th dimension is often referred to as time, forming the concept of space-time in Einstein's theory of relativity. It unites 3 spatial dimensions with time, allowing us to describe the position of an object as well as its moment in time. Geometrically, a 4D object like a tesseract is an extension of a cube into the 4th dimension. 5D and 6D, 5th and 6th dimensions. Theoretical models, like string theory, propose additional spatial dimensions that are compactified, meaning they are folded so tightly they are imperceptible to us. These dimensions might explain fundamental forces, like gravity or the behaviors of particles. 1OD and 11D, 10th and 11th dimensions. String theory posits up to 10 or 11 dimensions, including dimensions that account for alternate universes or variations in the laws of physics. These higher dimensions might hold answers to mysteries like dark matter or the unification of general relativity and quantum mechanics. Examples of higher dimensions in reality. Tesseract, 4D hypercube, a geometric object that represents a cube extended into the fourth dimension. While we can't fully visualize it, its 3D projection looks like a cube within a cube, connected by edges. Quantum mechanics. The behaviors of particles at the quantum level often defy our three-dimensional intuition. For example, quantum entanglement suggests connections between particles across vast distances, hinting at higher dimensional interactions. Black holes. The extreme warping of space-time near a black hole may reveal the influence of higher dimensions. Gravitational waves. Ripples in space-time detected by observatories like LIGO might also carry signatures of higher dimensional effects. Applications of higher dimensions. 1. Physics and cosmology. Higher dimensions could explain inconsistencies between relativity and quantum mechanics. They may also help us understand phenomena like the Big Bang or the true nature of the universe. 2. Mathematics and data analysis. Higher dimensional spaces are used in machine learning and data analysis, where each dimension can represent a variable or feature. 3. Technology and simulations. Virtual reality and simulations often involve manipulating multidimensional data to create immersive experiences. Can we perceive higher dimensions? Humans are inherently limited to perceiving three spatial dimensions and time in a linear way. However, projections. Just as a shadow is a 2D projection of a 3D object, higher dimensional objects might project into our 3D space, allowing us to observe them indirectly. Mathematical models. These help us understand and describe dimensions beyond our perception. Altered states of consciousness. Some metaphysical traditions suggest that spiritual practices or altered states might allow individuals to sense higher dimensions. Metaphysical dimensions. Beyond scientific models, many spiritual and philosophical systems describe dimensions of consciousness or existence. Fifth dimension. Often associated with higher states of awareness, where physical constraints like time are transcended. Astral planes. Believed in some traditions to be non-physical dimensions accessible through meditation or dreams. Visualizing the higher dimensions. To grasp the concept of higher dimensions, try these thought experiments. 1. The ant on a tightrope. Imagine an ant walking along a tightrope. To us, the rope is a 3D object, but to the ant, its movement is limited to a 1D line. If the rope loops or twists, the ant's perception shifts, just as our perception of space and time might shift if we encountered higher dimensions. 2. The tesseract. Picture a cube. Now imagine another cube inside it, with corresponding vertices connected. This is a projection of a tesseract, a 4D object, into 3D space. 3. Parallel planes. Visualize two flat sheets of paper, 2D planes, placed close but not touching. Beings on one sheet cannot perceive those on the other, yet they coexist. Could this explain ghostly presences, beings from a parallel plane just out of reach? Embracing the mystery of dimensions. Higher dimensions remain one of the great mysteries of science and philosophy, bridging the gap between the known and the unknown. Whether through theoretical physics or spiritual exploration, they invite us to imagine a reality far greater than what we see. By understanding dimensions, we don't just expand our knowledge of the universe. We open ourselves to the possibility that much of what we consider paranormal may simply exist in spaces we cannot yet comprehend. This perspective not only deepens our sense of wonder, but also transforms how we view the unexplained phenomena all around us. In a universe where even the existence of a tree or the workings of the sun can inspire awe, delving into the idea of dimensions is a profound journey into the unknown. What lies beyond our 3D world may well redefine our understanding of existence itself. Chapter 11. The Psychology of Belief. Belief is one of humanity's most fascinating and complex traits, shaping how we interpret the world and our place within it. Whether rooted in personal experiences, cultural upbringing, or psychological predispositions, belief often acts as a lens through which we view reality. In the realm of the paranormal, this lens plays a crucial role in shaping both individual and collective understanding. Exploring why people believe or don't believe offers insight into the deeply personal nature of paranormal investigation. Why do people believe? At its core, belief is a psychological response to uncertainty. Humans have an inherent need to find patterns and meaning in their environment. This trait, known as pattern recognition, has been crucial for survival. For example, helping our ancestors recognize threats, such as predators hidden in the bush, or interpret signs of changing weather. However, this same tendency can lead us to find patterns in ambiguous phenomena, such as hearing voices in static or seeing shapes in shadows, which some interpret as evidence of the paranormal. Beyond pattern recognition, belief in the paranormal often arises from personal experiences. A strange noise in the middle of the night, an unexplainable movement, or a vivid dream can leave a lasting impression, especially when no rational explanation is readily available. These experiences often resonate on an emotional level, solidifying belief even in the absence of concrete evidence. Cultural and societal factors also play a significant role. Many people are raised in environments where belief in the supernatural is normalized, whether through religious teachings, folklore, or the media. Such influences can prime individuals to interpret certain experiences through a paranormal framework, shaping their belief systems from an early age. Why are some people skeptical? On the other side of the spectrum, skepticism often stems from a reliance on empirical evidence and the scientific method. Skeptics tend to prioritize observable, repeatable, and measurable phenomena, dismissing anything that falls outside these parameters as coincidence, illusion, or fraud. While this approach can provide valuable checks and balances, it can also lead to a rigid worldview that dismisses phenomena simply because they defy current understanding. Psychological factors also contribute to skepticism. Fear of the unknown, for example, can cause some individuals to reject paranormal explanations outright, as a way of maintaining a sense of control. Others may distrust anecdotal evidence, viewing it as inherently unreliable due to human bias and error. Additionally, societal norms often discourage belief in the paranormal, framing it as irrational or unscientific. This cultural stigma can lead to a form of self-censorship where individuals suppress their beliefs or experiences to avoid judgment, further reinforcing skepticism within broader communities. The intersection of belief and skepticism. The most productive approach to the paranormal often lies at the intersection of belief and skepticism. This middle ground allows for curiosity and openness to the unknown while maintaining a critical eye toward evidence and methodology. Investigators who balance these perspectives are better equipped to explore the paranormal without succumbing to bias or sensationalism. In practice, this means acknowledging both the limitations of our tools and the potential for phenomena that defy current understanding. It also involves respecting diverse perspectives within the paranormal community, fostering a culture of collaboration rather than division. The power of shared experiences. One of the most fascinating aspects of belief is its social dimension. Paranormal experiences are often shared with others, either during investigations or through storytelling, creating a collective sense of wonder and curiosity. These shared experiences can validate individual beliefs, providing a sense of community and connection that transcends personal doubt or skepticism. However, the social nature of belief can also reinforce division, as seen in the polarization between believers and skeptics. Bridging this divide requires empathy, understanding, and a willingness to engage in respectful dialogue, qualities that are often lacking in heated debates about the paranormal. The enduring mystery. Ultimately, the psychology of belief underscores the deeply human desire to understand the unknown. Whether through faith, science, or personal experience, our quest for meaning drives us to explore realms that lie beyond the boundaries of conventional understanding. In the paranormal field, this quest is both deeply personal and profoundly universal, reminding us that belief is not just about evidence or proof. It is about wonder, curiosity, and the unending search for truth. Chapter 12. Navigating Skepticism and Belief. Skepticism and belief are at the heart of the paranormal community, often clashing but also fueling progress. For many, the paranormal represents the unknown, the mysteries of the world, and beyond that can't always be explained by conventional science. It is a realm where facts are hard to come by, and what one believes can sometimes be influenced by personal experiences, cultural background, or the lens through which one views the world. Navigating this terrain requires a careful balance between open-minded curiosity and critical analysis. The nature of skepticism. Skepticism, in its healthiest form, is about questioning and critically evaluating claims, seeking evidence, and ensuring that any conclusions drawn are based on verifiable data. In the context of the paranormal, skepticism plays an important role in separating fact from fiction and preventing the spread of misinformation. This kind of skepticism is essential for maintaining the integrity of investigations and pushing the boundaries of understanding. However, there is also a darker side to skepticism, particularly when it becomes closed-minded or dismissive. Some skeptics insist that no evidence can ever be convincing enough, shutting down any conversation that doesn't align with their worldview. This extreme form of skepticism can stifle progress and create a hostile environment for those exploring the unknown. It's important to distinguish between skepticism that seeks truth and skepticism that actively avoids it. The nature of belief. Belief in the paranormal is often rooted in personal experiences, anecdotal evidence, and intuition. For those who believe, the presence of spirits, ghosts, and other phenomena is part of their everyday reality. Belief in the paranormal can provide comfort, offer explanations for unexplained occurrences, can serve as a coping mechanism for dealing with life's uncertainties. Belief is also deeply tied to culture and religion. Many people's perceptions of the paranormal are influenced by their upbringing, education, and societal norms. For example, in some cultures, spirits are seen as part of an interconnected universe, while in others, they are regarded as mere superstition. Belief is fluid, personal, and often shaped by what we choose to accept as possible or real. However, belief can also be a double-edged sword. When personal beliefs become rigid, they can blind individuals to alternative explanations, stifle critical thinking, or lead to confirmation bias. In the pursuit of paranormal research, this can prevent the honest evaluation of evidence and hinder meaningful progress. The balance between skepticism and belief. To navigate the space between skepticism and belief, it is crucial to cultivate an attitude of open-minded inquiry. The key is to remain receptive to new ideas while maintaining a healthy level of skepticism about claims that cannot be substantiated with solid evidence. This doesn't mean dismissing all paranormal experiences or phenomena outright, but it does mean examining them critically and without prejudice. The paranormal community thrives when its members engage in respectful debate, share evidence, and remain open to different perspectives. Healthy skepticism should encourage rigorous investigation, while belief should allow for exploration and creativity. Skeptics and believers alike must be willing to learn from one another, challenging their own views and expanding their understanding, overcoming the divide. One of the biggest challenges within the paranormal community is overcoming the deep divide between skeptics and believers. Too often, individuals on both sides of the spectrum are entrenched in their positions, leading to conflict and division. This divide can impede progress, foster negativity, and damage the integrity of paranormal research. To move forward, it's vital to acknowledge that both skepticism and belief can coexist in a productive way. Instead of viewing each other as opponents, skeptics and believers should consider themselves partners in the quest for understanding. Skepticism should not be a tool for tearing down others' experiences or beliefs. Rather, it should be a mechanism for testing and refining hypotheses. Belief should not be a shield to defend unverified claims, but an invitation to explore new ideas and possibilities. The role of evidence and open-mindedness. When navigating skepticism and belief, evidence remains the cornerstone of progress in the paranormal field. However, what constitutes compelling evidence is often subjective, and the challenge lies in finding ways to present evidence in a way that is both credible and persuasive to those on either side of the debate. For skeptics, evidence should be scrutinized rigorously, ensuring that all possibilities are considered before drawing conclusions. For believers, evidence may not always come in the form of hard data or repeatable experiments, but it may be based on personal experiences, intuition, and phenomena that can't easily be explained. Both sides must respect the other's experiences and perspectives, while striving for a deeper understanding of the unknown. Ultimately, navigating the tension between skepticism and belief requires humility. It requires recognition that no one has all the answers, and that our understanding of the paranormal is still in its infancy. By engaging in meaningful dialogue, keeping an open mind, and committing to the pursuit of knowledge, the community can bridge the gap between skepticism and belief, making room for a more inclusive and productive exploration of the paranormal. Chapter 13. Spiritual Connection. Some individuals may have a deeper spiritual connection or heightened sensitivity that makes them more attuned to paranormal experiences. While this idea isn't something that can currently be proven scientifically, it is supported by anecdotal evidence, cultural traditions, and certain psychological theories. Here's a breakdown of why some people might experience the paranormal more than others. 1. Enhanced perception or sensitivity. Heightened intuition. Some individuals report being more in tune with their surroundings or possessing a heightened sense of intuition. This could make them more likely to notice subtle changes in the environment that others might dismiss. Empathy and energy sensitivity. Empaths or people sensitive to energy may pick up on emotional or energetic residues left behind by traumatic events or paranormal entities. Biological or neurological factors. Some research suggests that people with unique brainwave patterns, for example heightened theta wave activity, are more likely to have vivid dreams, psychic experiences, or otherworldly encounters. 2. Spiritual connection. Cultural and spiritual practices. Meditation, prayer, or other spiritual practices might put someone into a state where they are more open to receiving paranormal evidence. Some traditions believe that these practices thin the veil between our world and other realms. Ancestral connection. Some cultures hold that spiritual abilities or sensitivities can be inherited, being passed down through generations. 3. Belief systems. Open-mindedness. A person who believes in the paranormal may be more likely to recognize or interpret phenomena as evidence of the paranormal. Skeptics, on the other hand, might dismiss or rationalize the same experience. Manifestation theory. Some believe that focusing on the paranormal through intention or belief may attract more activity. What you focus on, you draw toward yourself. 4. The power of intention and interaction. If spirits or paranormal entities have the ability to sense intention, then they might be more inclined to interact with someone who is actively seeking communication or showing respect. Paranormal investigators often report that respectful, genuine attempts at communication yield more evidence than casual or skeptical approaches. 5. Psychological and emotional states. Stress or trauma. People who have experienced significant emotional events might be more open to paranormal experiences. Some theories suggest that trauma can create energetic shifts that make individuals more perceptive to the paranormal. Altered states of consciousness. Experiences like sleep paralysis, lucid dreaming, or trance states might open a doorway to phenomena that others don't encounter. 6. Paranormal and scientific interplay. While science hasn't definitively proven a connection between spiritual sensitivity and paranormal evidence, studies in quantum physics and consciousness hint at the possibility of interconnected energies or dimensions. If certain individuals can tap into these, it might explain why they experience more paranormal activity. 7. Children's untouched perception. Children often report seeing ghosts or interacting with unseen entities, such as imaginary friends, often describing them in vivid detail, and there is a prevailing theory as to why. Young minds are not yet bound by societal norms or conditioned to dismiss the unseen as imagination. Their openness and lack of skepticism make them more receptive to spiritual experiences. Without the filters that adults develop over time, children may perceive spirits more easily. Some even suggest that spirits may find it easier to communicate with children because of this openness. A question of interpretation. Some skeptics argue that those who report frequent paranormal activity may simply interpret ambiguous stimuli differently, due to their belief systems or expectations. Others suggest that paranormal entities might choose individuals based on their openness or energy. In conclusion, whether through innate sensitivity, spiritual practices, or sheer belief, some people may indeed have more frequent or vivid paranormal encounters. The exact mechanism, be it psychological, spiritual, or energetic, remains a profound mystery. But one thing is clear: the subjective nature of human experience plays a significant role in how we perceive and interact with the unexplained. Chapter 14. How Science and Spirituality Shape Our Understanding of Reality. The interplay between science and spirituality has long been a source of fascination and debate. These two ways of understanding the world often seem to conflict, yet they share a common goal: to explore the nature of reality and uncover truths about existence. This chapter examines how science and spirituality intersect, diverge, and complement each other, particularly in the realm of the paranormal. The foundations of science and spirituality. 1. Science, the empirical lens. Science is grounded in observation, experimentation, and evidence. It seeks to explain phenomena through measurable and repeatable methods, using theories to predict outcomes and understand the mechanics of the universe. Strengths, provides reliable frameworks for understanding the natural world, from gravity to the behavior of atoms. Limitations, struggles to account for subjective experiences, consciousness, and phenomena that defy repeatable measurement, such as paranormal events. 2. Spirituality, the intuitive lens. Spirituality focuses on personal experiences, inner wisdom, and connections to something greater than oneself, whether it be a deity, the universe, or the collective consciousness. Strengths, offers a sense of meaning, connection, and insight into subjective aspects of existence that science often overlooks. Limitations, relies on belief and intuition, which can vary greatly between individuals and lack empirical validation. Science versus spirituality in the paranormal. When it comes to the paranormal, science and spirituality often find themselves at odds. 1. The scientific perspective. Science approaches paranormal phenomena with skepticism, requiring rigorous proof before accepting claims. Tools such as EMF detectors, voice recorders, and cameras are often used to gather evidence. Many phenomena are dismissed as misinterpretations, hoaxes, or psychological effects, and skeptics argue that no paranormal event has yet been conclusively proven under scientific conditions. 2. The spiritual perspective. Spirituality embraces the paranormal as evidence of a reality beyond the physical. Ghosts, auras, and psychic abilities are often seen as manifestations of spiritual energy or higher dimensional interactions. Instead of seeking hard evidence, spirituality values personal experience and subjective understanding, considering phenomena meaningful, even if unproven. Bridging the gap between science and spirituality. While they often seem at odds, science and spirituality can complement each other when exploring the paranormal. 1. The role of quantum physics. Quantum physics has blurred the lines between materialism and mysticism. Concepts such as quantum entanglement, superposition, and the observer effect challenge traditional notions of reality and suggest that consciousness might play a role in shaping the physical world. These ideas resonate with spiritual beliefs about interconnectedness and the influence of thought or intention on reality. 2. Consciousness studies. Science has yet to explain the nature of consciousness, leaving room for spiritual interpretations. Could consciousness itself be a higher dimensional phenomenon, bridging the physical and the paranormal? 3. Complementary approaches. Science provides tools for measuring and documenting the paranormal, while spirituality offers frameworks for interpreting and understanding the significance of these experiences. Together, they can foster a holistic approach to the unknown. Examples of science and spirituality in action. 1. Energy healing. Practices like Reiki and acupuncture are based on the concept of a flow of energy through the body. While spiritual traditions describe this energy as life force or chi, scientists have begun to study bioelectric fields and their potential effects on health. 2. Meditation and brain activity. Spiritual practices like meditation, once considered purely subjective, are now studied scientifically. Brain scans show that meditation can alter brain activity, reduce stress, and enhance focus, bridging the gap between spiritual practice and measurable outcomes. 3. Near-death experiences, NDEs. NDEs are often interpreted spiritually as glimpses of an afterlife. Scientists, on the other hand, investigate them as neurological phenomena such as oxygen deprivation in the brain. Both perspectives contribute to a deeper understanding of these profound experiences. The need for openness and integration. For centuries, humanity has struggled to reconcile science and spirituality, often framing them as opposites. Yet history shows that the greatest discoveries often emerge when these perspectives intersect. Galileo and the cosmos. Early astronomers, inspired by spiritual beliefs, sought to understand the heavens, ultimately laying the groundwork for modern astrophysics. Albert Einstein. Einstein famously described science and religion as interdependent, saying, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." When we approach the paranormal with both scientific rigor and spiritual openness, we honor the complexity of reality. This integrated approach encourages curiosity, humility, and a deeper appreciation for the mysteries of existence. The pursuit of truth. A shared journey. Both science and spirituality seek to answer the same fundamental questions. What is the nature of reality? How did the universe come to be? What is humanity's place in the cosmos? Rather than competing, these perspectives can enrich each other, offering diverse ways to explore and understand the unknown. By embracing both, we expand our ability to perceive and interact with the extraordinary world around us. Whether you're drawn to the data-driven clarity of science or the intuitive depth of spirituality, the pursuit of the paranormal invites you to explore beyond the boundaries of what you know and to remain open to the possibility that the truth lies somewhere in between. Chapter 15. The Role of Perception and Spiritual Connection. While science seeks to explain the mechanics of the universe, spirituality often seeks to understand its meaning. The two are not necessarily at odds. Instead, they can complement each other. For example, science can model higher dimensions and theorize about their existence, while spirituality might offer insights into how they are experienced. Paranormal phenomena might one day be scientifically understood as interactions with higher dimensions or energies. This interplay suggests that what we label paranormal is simply aspects of reality that science hasn't yet unraveled. The paranormal connection. Higher dimensions are often linked to paranormal phenomena because they provide a framework for understanding things that defy the laws of our observable universe. 1. Spirits and higher dimensions. Could ghosts exist in a dimension just beyond our perception? If a spirit resides in the fourth or fifth dimension, it might occasionally interact with our three-dimensional world, manifesting as fleeting shadows, disembodied voices, or temperature anomalies. 2. Intuition and higher dimensions. Intuition or psychic abilities might stem from an individual's sensitivity to higher dimensional influences. Just as we perceive a 2D shadow of a 3D object, perhaps some people sense shadows of higher dimensional beings or energies. 3. Portals and anomalies. Reports of paranormal hotspots or areas where strange phenomena frequently occur could point to intersections between dimensions where the boundaries blur. Examples of dimensional thinking in science and spirituality. 1. Flatland, a metaphor for dimensions. Edwin A. Abbott's novella Flatland provides a vivid analogy for higher dimensions. The story follows a 2D being who encounters a 3D sphere. To the 2D being, the sphere appears as a series of circles, growing and shrinking as it moves through his plane. This illustrates how beings in lower dimensions perceive higher dimensional objects. 2. String theory and the multiverse. String theory posits that all particles are tiny vibrating strings of energy, and their vibrations occur in higher dimensional space. These dimensions may also explain the existence of multiple universes. 3. Ancient beliefs in higher realms. Many spiritual traditions speak of higher planes of existence, from the astral planes of Hinduism to the heavens of Christianity. Could these beliefs be early attempts to describe higher dimensions? Practical implications for paranormal explorations. Understanding dimensions opens up new ways to think about paranormal investigations. Energy anomalies, EMF fluctuations, might indicate brief intersections between our dimension and another. Portals, certain locations with recurring paranormal activity, could be gateways between dimensions. Time slips, reports of people briefly experiencing moments from the past or future, like déjà vu, might involve interaction with the fourth dimension. Chapter 16. Can anything break the laws of science? As far as we currently understand, nothing exists that can break the laws of science. But that's because the laws themselves are human constructs. Descriptions of how the universe operates based on observation and experimentation. If something were found to contradict these laws, it wouldn't necessarily mean the phenomenon breaks them. It would mean our understanding of the laws needs updating or expanding. However, there are phenomena that challenge or appear to defy the known laws of science, especially physics, because we don't yet fully understand them. Here are a few examples. 1. Quantum mechanics. At the quantum level, particles behave in ways that defy our intuition. Quantum entanglement. Particles separated by vast distances can instantaneously affect each other, seemingly faster than the speed of light. This clashes with Einstein's theory of relativity, which posits that nothing can travel faster than light. Wave-particle duality. Particles, like electrons, can act as both particles and waves, depending on how they are observed. This raises questions about the role of consciousness and measurement. These phenomena don't break the laws of physics, but operate under rules that differ from those governing macroscopic objects. 2. Dark matter and dark energy. About 95% of the universe is made up of dark matter and dark energy, yet we have no direct evidence of what they are or how they work. These mysterious components seem to operate outside the laws of conventional physics. For instance, dark energy is accelerating the expansion of the universe, defying our understanding of gravity. 3. Black holes. Black holes warp space and time to extreme degrees, creating singularities where the known laws of physics, including general relativity, break down. Inside a singularity, gravity becomes infinitely strong, and time ceases to exist as we know it. This suggests our current models are incomplete. 4. Paranormal or unexplained phenomena. Some claim experiences like ghost sightings, UFOs, or psychic phenomena defy scientific explanation. While most of these are not scientifically validated, they provoke questions about the limitations of science in addressing subjective or anomalous experiences. 5. Biological miracles. There are instances of people recovering from terminal illnesses without medical explanation, often attributed to divine intervention, placebo effects, or phenomena we don't yet understand. These don't necessarily break biology, but highlight gaps in our knowledge. Why nothing truly breaks scientific laws. Scientific laws, like Newton's or Einstein's, are not immutable truths. They're models of reality based on the best evidence we have. When we encounter phenomena that doesn't fit, science adjusts. Newton's laws were broken by Einstein's theory of relativity, but only in specific conditions, for example, at very high speeds or massive scales. In everyday life, Newton's laws still work perfectly. If new discoveries don't fit our current understanding, they lead to a paradigm shift, not a violation. So, does anything break science? Not really, because science itself is a process of discovery. Phenomena that seem to break the laws simply show us the limitations of our current understanding. The universe operates according to rules. We're just still figuring out what they are. In that sense, the existence of mysteries is less about breaking laws and more about revealing how much more we have to learn. Chapter 17. We demand scientific proof. If someone demands absolute scientific proof of ghosts or other paranormal phenomena, it's worth pointing out that life itself is a profound mystery that science is yet to fully explain. While we understand many aspects of the biological processes that sustain life, the deeper questions, such as how life originated, why consciousness exists, or even why there's something rather than nothing, remain unanswered. Science is excellent at describing how things work once they exist, like photosynthesis or cell division, but it struggles with the why at the most fundamental level. For instance, the origin of life. Science has theories like abiogenesis, life emerging from non-living matter, but no one has recreated or definitively proven this process. Consciousness, how physical matter in the brain gives rise to subjective experience, is still one of the greatest scientific mysteries. The fine-tuning of the universe. The conditions necessary for life to exist are so precise that their existence seems almost improbable. In a sense, asking for absolute scientific proof of ghosts, while accepting life as just a given, could be seen as a double standard. Life, like the paranormal, includes elements that defy full comprehension. We don't have absolute proof of what animates life or what happens to consciousness after death, just as we don't have concrete evidence for ghosts. Yet, we accept life because we experience it every day and it fits into our framework of understanding. A good counterargument might be, if you're comfortable accepting the profound mystery of life without complete proof, why dismiss the possibility of ghosts or the paranormal? Both involve phenomena that challenge our understanding of reality. Just because we've grown used to life doesn't mean it's any less extraordinary, or that it's fundamentally more explainable than other phenomena we might call paranormal. Chapter 18. The Role of Technology in Shaping Belief. Technology has always been a defining force behind human understanding and interpretation of the world around us. From early tools used to explain natural phenomena to the advanced devices we use today, our perception of reality is closely intertwined with the technology we create. This relationship is especially evident in the realm of the paranormal, where technological advancements have both opened new doors of exploration and sparked significant debates about validity and belief. Historical context, from rituals to rational tools. In ancient times, phenomena like lightning, eclipses, and plagues were often attributed to gods or spirits. Without the tools or knowledge to explain them scientifically, humans created rituals, myths, and spiritual frameworks to make sense of the unknown. The invention of early instruments, like compasses and telescopes, began to demystify some of these occurrences, shifting interpretations from the supernatural to the scientific. This historical pattern persists in the paranormal field. Devices such as EMF detectors, spirit boxes, and thermal cameras now provide tangible ways to observe and document phenomena once relegated to subjective experiences. These tools, much like the telescopes of old, have redefined how we approach the mysterious, providing a bridge between belief and empirical investigation. Modern paranormal tools. The double-edged sword. The paranormal community today relies on an array of tools to investigate and document the unexplained. Apps like My Spirit Talker take this a step further, integrating advanced algorithms, multidimensional arrays, and sensor data to produce responses that reflect environmental changes. Unlike random word generators, tools like these aim to harness external influences, be they spiritual or natural, and convert them into meaningful outputs. However, technology fuels skepticism. Critics often point to the imperfections of sensors or the potential for false positives as proof that such tools are unreliable. Yet, as with any scientific instrument, it's not the device itself, but the way it is used that determines its validity. A thermometer isn't dismissed outright because it has a margin of error. It is calibrated and contextualized. The same should apply to paranormal tools, but the debate persists, often clouded by bias, skepticism, manipulation, and the challenges of technology. Technology also provides skeptics with opportunities to manipulate tools for their own narratives. For example, deliberately interfering with devices to produce false results, and then claiming those results are evidence of a failing in the device rather than with the user, undermines both the tools and the broader investigation process. The selective application of skepticism, including accepting certain methods while dismissing others, creates division within the community and hampers progress. At the same time, the rise of technology has inadvertently fueled the fake evidence phenomenon. The accessibility of digital editing tools and the ease of sharing content online have made it easier for skeptics to dismiss what may be genuine evidence, as they argue that anything can be fabricated. This tension reflects the broader societal challenge of discerning authenticity in an age of information overload. The future of paranormal technology. As technology continues to evolve, so too will its role in paranormal investigations. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and more sophisticated sensors may provide unprecedented ways to interact with and measure the unknown. These advancements could blur the lines between belief and science even further, bringing skeptics and believers closer together or driving them further apart. Ultimately, technology is a tool which is only as good as its user. It amplifies human perception, enabling us to explore realms previously inaccessible. But it also requires a balanced approach, one that combines open-mindedness with critical thinking. allowing the paranormal field to grow while remaining grounded in the quest for understanding. The future of paranormal technology is not some distant dream. It's already here, nestled in the devices we carry in our pockets every day. Modern smartphones are nothing short of technological marvels, equipped with an array of sensors and capabilities that would have seemed like science fiction just a few decades ago. These devices include LiDAR sensors capable of mapping environments in 3D, thermal cameras that detect heat signatures, sophisticated depth-sensing cameras for spatial awareness, and even powerful processors capable of running complex algorithms in real time. Each of these components, designed with practical applications in mind, also provides an unprecedented opportunity for exploring the paranormal. Paranormal investigators are using this technology in groundbreaking ways. LiDAR can scan environments to detect anomalies and create detailed visualizations of spaces where phenomena might occur. Thermal cameras are used to spot sudden, unexplained temperature fluctuations, which may be a sign of spirit activity. Advanced depth-sensing cameras, like those in SLS systems, can identify humanoid shapes and movements not visible to the naked eye. Even basic sensors, such as gyroscopes, magnetometers, and accelerometers, have applications in detecting subtle changes in the environment that could indicate paranormal activity. The versatility of mobile technology has democratized the field, enabling researchers and enthusiasts alike to access tools that once required specialized, expensive equipment. As these technologies continue to evolve, their potential applications for paranormal research will only grow. Chapter 19. Why paranormal tools work for some and not others. The paranormal field is filled with tools and technologies designed to help bridge the gap between the physical and the unexplained. From spirit boxes to EMF detectors, these tools aim to provide tangible evidence of interactions with spirits or anomalies. However, one curious aspect of these tools is their seemingly selective nature, working well for some people while yielding little to no results for others. This phenomenon raises intriguing questions about the role of the user in the paranormal experience and how tools might be influenced by factors beyond their design. The influence of personal energy. One widely held belief in the paranormal community is that spirits or entities may be drawn to specific individuals based on their energy. People who are more spiritually attuned or open to paranormal experiences may emit a frequency or energy that spirits find easier to interact with. This could explain why some investigators consistently report compelling results with certain tools, while others struggle to elicit any response. For example, a spirit box, a device that scans radio frequencies and allows spirits to form words, may seem silent in the hands of a skeptic, but become active for someone with a deep spiritual connection. In this context, the tool is not faulty. It's simply responding to the energy and intent of the user. The role of belief and expectation. The psychology of belief also plays a significant role in how tools perform. People who genuinely believe in the paranormal and approach investigations with an open mind may unconsciously create a conducive environment for phenomena to occur. This doesn't mean they're faking results, but rather that their mindset and focus could help tune the tool into an energetic frequency that aligns with potential spiritual interactions. Skeptics, on the other hand, may project doubt or disbelief, which could act as a deterrent. Whether through body language, intent, or subconscious actions, their approach might inadvertently disrupt the delicate balance needed for successful interactions with spirits. Environmental and physiological factors. The physical and environmental factors surrounding a paranormal investigation also contribute to tool variability. A person's natural electromagnetic field, EMF, which can differ from one individual to another, might subtly influence how devices respond. Similarly, environmental conditions, such as humidity, temperature, and the presence of natural electromagnetic fields, can change how tools function. Paranormal tools as amplifiers. Some paranormal investigators theorize that tools act as amplifiers for the user's intent and energy. Devices like pendulums, Ouija boards, or dowsing rods, for instance, are heavily influenced by subtle muscular movements and subconscious energy from the user. While these tools might work brilliantly for someone with strong intuition or practice, they may appear ineffective for others who lack a connection to their inner energy or are too focused on controlling the outcome. The unpredictable nature of the paranormal. Ultimately, the paranormal is, by definition, beyond normal understanding. Even the best tools are not guaranteed to work consistently. Spirits or entities may choose to communicate based on factors we don't yet comprehend. They might prefer certain individuals, like humans do, resonate with specific frequencies, or respond better in environments where the energy aligns with their presence. This unpredictability doesn't invalidate the tools themselves. Instead, it underscores the importance of context, approach, and mindset when using them. Paranormal investigations are as much about the human experience as they are about the tools employed. Conclusion. The varying effectiveness of paranormal tools is a fascinating reminder of the complex interplay between technology, environment, and personal energy. Rather than dismissing tools that don't produce results, investigators should consider the broader context, how their own energy, belief systems, and approach might influence the outcome. Chapter 20. Paranormal Experiments for the Curious. The paranormal isn't just the domain of ghost hunters or mystics. It's a field open to anyone willing to explore the unknown with curiosity and an open mind. This chapter provides practical ways for readers to conduct their own paranormal experiments. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, these activities offer a chance to engage with the mysteries of existence firsthand, the basics of paranormal exploration. Before diving in, it's important to approach paranormal investigations with a balance of curiosity and skepticism. Treat these experiments as an opportunity to collect data and analyze results rather than to prove or disprove a specific belief. 1. Set an intention. Decide what you hope to explore. For example, spirit communication, environmental anomalies, or energy fields. 2. Create a controlled environment. Choose a location with minimal distractions and background noise. Ideally, this is a place with a history of unexplained phenomena. 3. Document everything. Keep a detailed log of times, dates, equipment settings, and observations. Consistency is key to identifying patterns or anomalies. Experiments with basic tools. You don't need expensive equipment to explore the paranormal. Many investigations can be done with everyday items or simple devices. 1. Voice recorders. EVP experiments. Use a digital voice recorder or smartphone to capture electronic voice phenomena. EVPs. Ask clear, concise questions, leaving time for responses. For example, is anyone here with me? Then pause and ask another question such as, can you tell me your name? Review the recording in a quiet environment, listening for unexplained voices or sounds. 2. Dowsing rods or pendulums. Simple tools like dowsing rods or a pendulum can be used to detect subtle energy changes. Hold them lightly in your hands and observe any movements, asking yes, no questions to attempt communication. 3. Temperature readings. Use a basic thermometer to monitor temperature changes in a room. Sudden drops in temperature are often associated with paranormal activity. Using technology to detect anomalies. For those interested in incorporating technology, there are plenty of tools that can enhance your experiments. 1. EMF detectors. Electromagnetic field, EMF. Detectors measure fluctuations in electromagnetic energy. Spikes in EMF readings could indicate the presence of paranormal energy. 2. Apps and devices. Smartphone apps like My Spirit Talker app or Spirit Boxes could provide real-time spirit communication during investigations. Devices like my ghost radar or LiDAR cameras are excellent tools for detecting anomalies. 3. Infrared cameras or motion sensors. These can help capture visual evidence or detect movement in areas where none should occur. Experimenting with the environment. Sometimes, the most compelling results come from observing how the environment interacts with potential paranormal activity. 1. Light and shadow experiments. Use candles, torches, or laser grids to illuminate an area and observe for unexplained shadows or movements. Try asking an entity to manipulate the light, such as dimming a candle or causing a torch to flicker. 2. Trigger objects. Place objects such as coins, toys, or personal items in a controlled location and document any changes in their position. Mark their positions with tape or chalk to ensure accuracy in your observations. 3. Environmental logging. Use sensors to record data such as temperature, humidity, and air pressure. Changes in these factors could correlate with perceived paranormal activity. Exploring spiritual and psychic connections. For those who feel a spiritual or intuitive connection to the paranormal, experiments can involve more subjective experiences. 1. Meditative sessions. Meditate in a location reputed to be haunted, focusing on opening your awareness to subtle sensations or thoughts. Note any impressions, emotions, or imagery that arise during the session. 2. Automatic writing. Hold a pen and let your hand move freely over paper while in a relaxed state. Some believe this can allow spirits to communicate through written messages. 3. Group experiments. Work with others to amplify energy and compare individual experiences. Group sessions can include seances, table tipping, or synchronized meditation, analyzing and interpreting results. Paranormal experiments are only as valuable as the data they produce. Take time to analyze your findings critically. Identify patterns. Look for recurring themes or correlations across multiple experiments. Rule out natural explanations. Consider environmental factors, equipment malfunctions, or psychological influences. Seek peer feedback. Share your results with others in the paranormal community to gain new perspectives. Turning curiosity into discovery. The beauty of these experiments lies in their accessibility. You don't need to be an expert or have specialized equipment to begin exploring the paranormal. All it takes is an open mind, a willingness to observe, and a sense of wonder about the world around you. Who knows what you might uncover? Perhaps you'll find evidence of something extraordinary, or perhaps the journey itself will awaken a deeper appreciation of the mysteries that surround us every day. Chapter 21. The differences between spirits and ghosts. In the realm of the paranormal, the terms spirits and ghosts are often used interchangeably, but they represent distinct concepts with unique characteristics. Understanding the differences between these entities can provide greater clarity for both paranormal enthusiasts and those simply curious about the unseen world. Ghosts, echoes of the past. Ghosts are often regarded as residual energy tied to specific locations or events. These entities are typically associated with places where intense emotions, such as fear, sorrow, or anger, were experienced. Ghosts are often described as imprints of the past, replaying events like a recording. For instance, a ghost might appear walking the same hallway, wearing the same clothes, and performing the same actions repeatedly. This phenomenon, known as residual haunting, suggests that ghosts are not conscious entities, but rather energy impressions left behind in the environment. Ghosts are usually tied to a particular place, often a location where they lived, died, or experienced a significant emotional event. They are frequently perceived as unaware of the living, unable to interact or respond. The traditional haunted house narrative often revolves around the presence of a ghost, a fragment of history lingering in the present. Spirits, conscious and interactive. Spirits, on the other hand, are believed to be the conscious essence of individuals who have passed away. Unlike ghosts, spirits are not bound to a specific location. They are thought to exist in a state of higher awareness, capable of crossing between dimensions or planes of existence. Spirits are often perceived as more interactive and intentional in their presence. They might respond to questions, offer guidance, or provide signs of their presence to comfort or warn the living. Many believe that spirits return not because they are stuck, but because they choose to make contact for a specific purpose, such as delivering a message or providing closure to loved ones. Spirit communication tools, such as spirit boxes, spirit talker, or traditional methods like seances, are often used to facilitate interaction with spirits. These tools rely on the idea that spirits can manipulate energy or environmental factors to create responses, providing insights into their presence and intentions. Why the distinction matters. Understanding the differences between ghosts and spirits can enhance paranormal investigations and personal experiences. Knowing whether an entity is a ghost or a spirit can shape the approach taken to interact with or understand it. For instance, ghost hunters often focus on identifying the historical or emotional imprint left behind, while those seeking spirit communication may focus on fostering direct interaction through specialized tools or rituals. Theories about spirits and ghosts. There are numerous theories attempting to explain the existence and nature of ghosts and spirits. Some researchers believe that ghosts are the result of environmental factors, such as electromagnetic fields or residual energy imprints in materials like stone or wood. Others suggest that spirits operate on a higher frequency or dimension, enabling them to interact with the physical world when conditions align. A world beyond. While the terms spirits and ghosts describe different phenomena, they both point to the possibility of a world beyond our physical reality. Whether exploring the echoes of the past through ghosts or seeking wisdom and connection through spirits, these entities challenge us to expand our understanding of life, death, and the unseen forces that shape our existence. For those intrigued by the paranormal, recognizing these distinctions can deepen the experience and bring a greater sense of purpose to their explorations. Chapter 22. Are spirits in another dimension? One of the most compelling theories of spirit communication is that spirits exist in a different dimension, one that overlaps with our own, but operates on a different frequency or plane of existence. This idea aligns with modern concepts in physics, such as the possibility of multiple dimensions or parallel universes, and provides a fascinating framework for understanding how spirits might interact with the living. In this theory, spirits are not confined by the physical constraints of our three-dimensional world. Instead, they inhabit a realm where time, space, and energy behave differently. This could explain why spirits seem to appear and vanish, or why communication with them often involves subtle energy shifts rather than physical manifestations. When we use tools like spirit boxes or apps such as My Spirit Talker, we may be tuning into the vibrations or frequencies of this other dimension. These tools act as bridges, translating energies from a higher dimensional plane into forms we can perceive, such as sounds, words, or movements. This dimensional perspective also suggests that spirits are not necessarily bound to the locations we associate with them, like haunted houses or graveyards. Instead, they could be everywhere, coexisting with us in ways we don't fully understand. Their ability to reach out to us might depend on energy, intent, and the conditions that allow our dimensions to intersect briefly. The dimensional theory adds depth to spirit communication, framing it not just as a supernatural phenomenon, but as a potential glimpse into the broader workings of the universe. It challenges us to think beyond traditional boundaries and consider the possibility that life, in all its forms, continues to exist in ways that are as mysterious as they are extraordinary. By embracing this idea, we open ourselves to the possibility that spirit communication isn't just about connecting with the dead, It's about exploring the edges of reality itself. Chapter 23. Spirit Communication. Spirit communication is an age-old practice, rooted in humanity's curiosity about life beyond death. From ancient rituals to modern technological innovations, the pursuit of meaningful dialogue with spirits has captivated believers and skeptics alike. Today, tools like spirit boxes and apps, such as Spirit Talker, have transformed the way we approach spirit communication, making it more accessible and interactive than ever before. What is spirit communication? At its core, spirit communication involves creating a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms to exchange messages or understanding. This connection is often sought to provide closure, gain insight, or simply explore the mysteries of existence. Unlike tools that focus on detecting the presence of spirits, tools for communication aim to facilitate interaction, offering spirits a medium to convey thoughts, emotions, or even words. Modern tools for spirit communication. 1. Spirit boxes. Spirit boxes are among the most popular tools for direct communication. These devices rapidly scan through radio frequencies, creating a mix of white noise and fragmented audio. The theory is that spirits can manipulate this sound to form coherent words or phrases. Many investigators report hearing relevant names, responses to questions, or even full sentences, making spirit boxes a cornerstone of modern spirit communication. 2. Spirit Talker. Spirit Talker uses the advanced sensors in modern smartphones to generate responses. It is programmed with sophisticated algorithms, allowing spirits to influence the output through their energy. With features like session logging, users can review interactions and look for patterns, making Spirit Talker a valuable tool for both casual users and seasoned investigators. 3. EVP recorders. Electronic voice phenomena, EVP. Recorders could capture spirit voices that are typically inaudible to the human ear. By asking questions in a quiet setting and later reviewing the recording, users often find unexpected responses that provide evidence of communication. 4. Ouija boards. Though not technological, Ouija boards remain a classic tool for spirit communication. Participants lightly touch a planchette, which moves across a board to spell out words. While controversial, Ouija boards have been used for centuries as a means of connecting with the spiritual world. 5. Pendulums and dowsing rods. For those who prefer tactile methods, pendulums and dowsing rods are simple yet effective tools for yes or no communication. The movements of these tools are believed to be guided by spirits, offering straightforward responses. Chapter 24. Spirits are everywhere. A common misconception is that spirits are confined to haunted locations, such as abandoned asylums, historic battlefields, or crumbling mansions. While these places often have heightened activity due to their emotional or historical significance, spirits can be found anywhere, from busy city streets to the comfort of your living room. This is because spirits are not bound by the physical limitations of the material world. They may linger in familiar locations, attach themselves to objects, or simply exist in the spaces where their energy resonates most. Some spirits might even follow the living, drawn by shared emotions, unresolved connections, or the energy fields people emit, creating the right environment. Effective spirit communication requires more than just the right tools. It's about setting the stage for a meaningful interaction, like you would when meeting a new person for the first time. Here are some tips. Set your intentions. Before starting, clearly state your purpose for reaching out. Whether it's seeking answers, offering help, or simply connecting, intentions can shape the outcome. Be patient. Spirit communication is not always immediate. It may take time for spirits to respond or for you to recognize their messages. Create a calm space. A quiet and focused environment can help both you and the spirits feel more at ease. Respect the spirits. Always approach with respect, avoiding provocation or negativity. A personal experience. For many, spirit communication is a deeply personal journey. The messages received could provide comfort, closure, or even profound insights into the afterlife. While tools like spirit boxes and My Spirit Talker offer a means to interact, it's the connection itself that often leaves the most lasting impression. A world beyond the veil. Whether through modern technology or traditional methods, the ability to converse with spirits opens up a realm of possibilities and understanding. It invites us to explore the mysteries of existence and embrace the idea that life continues even after physical death. By approaching spirit communication with an open mind and the right tools, anyone could experience the profound sense of connection that comes from reaching beyond the veil. Chapter 25. Exploring the Mysteries of Tarot. For centuries, tarot cards have been a tool for self-discovery and guidance. With roots tracing back to the 15th century, tarot has evolved from a simple card game to an instrument for exploring the human psyche and connecting with the unknown. Whether you're a seasoned reader or a curious beginner, the world of tarot can offer an enriching journey into symbolism, intuition, and personal insight. The origins of tarot. The history of tarot is as intriguing as the cards themselves. Originating in Europe, tarot decks were initially used for a card game called tarot. It wasn't until the 18th century that tarot began to take on its mystical connotations, thanks to occultists like Antoine Court de Gebelin. He believed the cards contained ancient Egyptian wisdom, a claim that, while historically unsubstantiated, added to the allure of tarot as a spiritual tool. Today, tarot is most commonly associated with divination and self-reflection. The Rider-Waite-Smith deck, first published in 1909, remains the most popular and widely recognized deck. Illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith, under the guidance of mystic A.E. Waite, this deck brought rich symbolism to the forefront, making it accessible and meaningful for readers around the world. How tarot works. A tarot deck consists of 78 cards divided into two main categories, the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana contains 22 cards, each representing significant life themes, such as the Fool, new beginnings, or the Tower, sudden change. The minor arcana, comprising 56 cards, is divided into 4 suits: cups, pentacles, swords, and wands, each reflecting different aspects of daily life and human experience. When conducting a reading, a querent, the person seeking guidance, may ask a specific question or seek general insight. Cards are shuffled and laid out in a spread, a pattern that dictates how they are interpreted. Popular spreads include the Celtic Cross, which provides an in-depth analysis, and the 3-card spread, often used for quick insights. The role of the tarot reader. The tarot reader serves as a guide, interpreting the cards and facilitating the connection between the querent and the messages within the deck. An effective reader combines knowledge of card meanings with intuition, creating a personalized experience for each querent. Many readers describe a deep sense of empathy and connection during a reading, which allows them to act as a channel for insights and understanding. Skilled readers often cultivate their abilities over years, blending study with practice to hone their craft. The power of the shuffle. Shuffling the cards is a sacred act in tarot practice. It's not merely a way to randomize the deck, but a meditative process to align the cards with the energy of the querent and the universe. Many readers believe that the way the cards are shuffled and drawn reflects the synchronicity of the moment, ensuring that the cards revealed are precisely what the querent needs to see. Techniques vary from simple overhand shuffles to more elaborate methods, each performed with intention and focus. Tarot and the universe. Tarot is often described as a bridge between the human and the cosmic. The alignment of the cards during a reading is believed to tap into universal energies, creating a connection that transcends the physical realm. This process mirrors the principles of synchronicity, where meaningful coincidences occur, guiding the querent toward deeper truths. Many practitioners view tarot as a dialogue with the universe, offering wisdom that aligns with the querent's spiritual journey. Astrology and the zodiac. Astrology and tarot share a profound connection, with both systems offering insights into life's patterns and cycles. Each tarot card is associated with specific astrological signs, planets, and elements. For instance, the Empress is linked to Venus and represents love and creativity, while the Chariot corresponds to Cancer and symbolizes determination and control. Incorporating astrological interpretations can add another layer of depth to readings, helping querents understand how celestial influences can shape their experiences and choices. Tarot as a tool for self-discovery. In the modern world, tarot is increasingly embraced as a method for introspection and self-care. Many turn to tarot to gain perspective. Tarot can shed light on situations, offering new angles and pathways. Enhance intuition. By interpreting symbols and patterns, readers strengthen their intuitive abilities. Empower decision-making. Insights from a reading could help clarify options and inspire confidence. Contrary to popular belief, tarot is not about predicting an immutable future, but rather exploring possibilities and uncovering hidden truths. It encourages individuals to take an active role in shaping their destiny. Choosing your first deck. Selecting a tarot deck is a deeply personal experience. While the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a popular choice for beginners, there are countless themed decks available, ranging from traditional to modern, artistic to whimsical. Choose one that resonates with you visually and emotionally. It's also essential to familiarize yourself with the cards. Spend time studying their imagery, colors, and meanings. Recording your interpretations and practicing daily draws can help build a connection with your deck. The ethics of tarot. As with any tool of guidance, ethical considerations are crucial in tarot practice. Readers should strive to respect the querent's privacy and boundaries. Avoid making absolute statements about health, legal, or financial matters. Emphasis free will and personal empowerment. Tarot should never be used to manipulate or instill fear. Instead, it's a compassionate tool that should foster understanding and growth. The mystical journey continues. Whether approached as a spiritual practice, a creative outlet, or a means of personal reflection, tarot offers endless opportunities for exploration. Its rich history, profound symbolism, and adaptability make it a timeless guide for those seeking to clarify life's mysteries. So, shuffle the deck, take a deep breath, and step into the world of tarot. You might just uncover more than you ever imagined. Chapter 26. Spirit Talker and the Spirit Sensor Algorithm. The challenge of proving the existence of spirits or otherworldly phenomena using technology has been a central issue in paranormal research. Spirit Talker, my app designed to facilitate spirit communication, has attracted admiration for its unique design, which combines advanced algorithms and sensor integration to generate responses. From tarot to multi-dimensional exploration. Spirit Talker's foundation lies in my early research into random selection theory. Initially, I explored shuffle mechanics through a tarot card app, aiming to replicate the randomness and significance of card pulls. As I delved deeper, I realized that spirit communication required a more intricate system, one capable of responding to energy and environmental stimuli, rather than relying solely on randomness, and one that needed more spiritual connection. During the calibration process, Spirit Talker factors in the zodiac sign, positioned in the celestial sphere above the user. This integration is not merely symbolic. It draws on the ancient belief that the alignment of celestial bodies influences energies on Earth. By incorporating the user's location-specific astrological context into its algorithms, the app establishes a connection to the cosmos. My theory of a need for a more complex system also led to the development of Spirit Talker's Brain, a multidimensional array system. The app organizes potential responses within a 5 by 5 by 5 cube grid, each containing an internal 3 by 3 by 3 cube grid. These arrays, much like a Rubik's Cube, shift and move based on data from the phone's sensors. The concept aligns with the idea that spirits may exist in dimensions beyond our own three-dimensional reality. If spirits are multi-dimensional beings, tools designed to interact with shifting arrays in higher dimensional spaces could serve as bridges for communication. Spirit Talker's cubes represent a dynamic system that adapts to both the environment and potential spiritual influences, creating a unique response pattern that goes beyond simple randomization. Beyond the surface, the complexity of Spirit Talker. When skeptics introduce magnets or other external devices to manipulate Spirit Talker, they are interacting with just one facet of its functionality. These manipulations cannot account for the app's full complexity, which includes sensor integration. Spirit Talker collects and processes data from multiple sensors simultaneously, responding dynamically to changes in the environment. Algorithmic calibration. Upon activation, the app undergoes a complex calibration process to align its multidimensional cubes with baseline environmental readings and the cosmos. Dynamic interplay. The shifting 5 by 5 by 5 and 3 by 3 by 3 cube grids create an interplay of possibilities influenced by real-time data. This system ensures that responses are both unique and context-sensitive. These elements form a sophisticated system designed to interpret subtle energies that could be linked to spirit activity, going far beyond simple randomization or basic technology. The multi-dimensional connection. If spirits exist in a dimension beyond our own, their interactions with our world might manifest in ways that defy traditional explanation. Spirit Talker's design, with its shifting multi-dimensional grids, offers a potential framework for such interactions. By aligning the cube's movements with sensor data, the app creates a bridge where subtle energy shifts can influence the output. This theory aligns with the broader concept of dimensional physics, where higher dimensional beings could interact with our reality through disturbances in energy or electromagnetic fields. Spirit Talker provides a technological medium for exploring these possibilities. The role of technology in paranormal research. Technology like Spirit Talker is not perfect science, but represents a significant step toward understanding the unknown. Its design, rooted in advanced algorithms, sensor data, and multidimensional frameworks, pushes the boundaries of what is possible for spirit communication. Dismissals based on superficial debunking techniques overlook the app's deeper potential. Paranormal research requires open-minded exploration of tools and methods that challenge conventional understanding. Can a debunker's manipulations truly disprove the possibility that Spirit Talker's responses, under true investigative conditions, are influenced by spirits? Not until they 100% prove that spirits do not exist. In the end, the paranormal world is vast, mysterious, and resistant to simple explanations. Spirit Talker stands as a testament to the potential of technology to illuminate the unknown. By fostering curiosity and encouraging exploration, Spirit Talker invites users to delve into the mysteries of spirit communication. Chapter 27. A final thought. As we journey through the intricate maze of the paranormal, it becomes clear that this field is as much about human perception and belief as it is about phenomena beyond our understanding. From exploring the vast possibilities of multidimensional existence to challenging the reality of life itself, every step uncovers a deeper layer of complexity. At its core, the paranormal is not just about ghosts, UFOs, or cryptids. It is about questioning the nature of reality itself. Why do we label some things as normal and others as paranormal? Why do we cling to constructs of what is real while dismissing the unexplainable? These questions are at the heart of both personal exploration and scientific inquiry, driving us to seek answers in the shadows of what we know. The paranormal, much like the universe, is vast and full of unanswered questions. Some individuals will experience more of its depth due to their openness or spiritual connections, while others may remain on the surface, confined by skepticism or fear of the unknown. But for all of us, the pursuit of understanding requires courage. Courage to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, and to explore the boundaries of reality. As you turn this final page, consider this. The paranormal isn't confined to ghostly encounters or unexplained events. It is in the very fabric of existence. The tree converting sunlight energy into chemical energy, the infinite expanse of the cosmos, and the human spirit's unyielding quest for truth. Whether you are a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in between, this field invites you to ponder what lies beyond and within. And perhaps, in doing so, you'll find that the most extraordinary discoveries are not out there, but in the way we choose to see and engage with the world around us.